right, here we go. Back again. Side Hustle Podcast. Got another episode. We got a good one today. We got what is he? He's a tattoo artist, rapper, entrepreneur, what do you call it? Creator, digital creator,
Far as
content creator. That's the
yeah.
content creator. Mr. From what is the brand is top of the food chain. Top of the food chain. High Tone with us today.
Hey, I'm right here, baby.
Yeah,
Thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate you guys, you know what I'm saying, having me out. It's always a blessing, you know, be able to chop it up with good people and just kind of use someone else's platform to, you know, share what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah. No, we appreciate your time, man. Heck yeah. Should be fun. I got a lot of questions. You got a lot of, shoot, our podcast is Side Hustle Podcast, but I think you're the side hustle master, brother. You got all kinds of business ventures going on. Let's get into it, man. Let's talk about it. You got a rapper, right? You started rapping. That's kind of where you started out.
Yeah,
rapping.
bro. I started rapping before tatting.
Yeah. Your
story's
cool.
I think that's my first love, bro. It's always been music, you know, poetry, just being able to like voice how I feel at the moment. So everything kind of started from that.
Yeah. So what I appreciate about your hustle is that you have your passion, right? Your passion's in music. But in order to create the music, it costs money, right?
Facts.
So in order to pursue your passion, you had to go into a different field to generate money to be able to create more music, right? So that's cool, man, because that's kind of where we're at. We're, you know, we had our own thing going on, but we had to use that to pay for this, to do the podcasting. So it's cool to see.
I think just, you know, a lot of
right?
people don't, especially the youngsters, don't understand that, you know, like, you know, if you put 100% of your time into like your passion, yes, you're going to get some great things out of that, but everything takes money. Yeah. If you want to play ball, you need to go to clinics, you need the right equipment, you need content now to show your, you know, showcase, you know, your talents, like, and all of that costs money. So if you get stuck just saying, oh, I'm going to be a big rapper, I'm going to be a big rapper, I'm going to be a big, well, and you don't have any type of side hustle, then you're probably not going to go too far unless someone really, really, really push their money into you. And that's a 1 in a million type of thing, you know, when you're an independent hustler.
Yeah, so originally when you started rapping, right? Were you signed to anybody, or you kind of did it your own thing and kind of just hustled?
You know, my cousin was heavily involved in the streets at the time. He had always been around the big rappers back then when I was a kid. You know, the Snoops and you know, all of the West Coast type of artists, even Short. I met him when I was a real youngster, and I can't believe I just dropped a song with him. We'll get into that, but. You know, I was around those people, you know, and I think I just got so infatuated with the lifestyle, and I just fell in love with it, bro. You know, it's just a crazy story to.
And the game has kind of changed too, in the sense that I think it's probably more beneficial for the artist also, right? Because there's more platforms to get your music out there, than before. Than
I think it was a scary thing when, like, oh, there's no more CDs. Oh, there's no. You know, oh, iTunes came out. Oh, now it's Spotify. Like, how are we gonna make money? But in the end, you're making more money now than you've ever did being signed to a major label. Yeah. You know, because you were pretty much, you know, a slave to them. You know, you were to the machine. Now you can have a kid that's, you know, 17 years old in high school and have him record something in the room. And then it blow up on TikTok, and next thing you know, he's got offers to, you know, a major record deal. You know, like, that's how it could happen now. You know, so the opportunity is definitely by far better than it was back in the day when I was like seeing my cousin hustle and like my first little hustle. Like, it was hard then, you know, because you literally had to be signed, or you had to be backed by a dope boy, or you had to be backed by somebody with money, you know, or you weren't going to get a shot.
Yeah, a lot of the new guys don't know what it's like to put it down on a CD and then go hustle that CD on your own, out of different stores or go out somewhere.
Yeah, bro. I mean, there was two approaches. There was make a CD, go to the beach or go to the mall and sell it for $5.
Yeah.
Or I took the route as make the CD and give it away.
Oh, you give it away.
And I at the moment I was losing money because it was a marketing investment, and I didn't even know what marketing was back then. I just go, if I could give out 100 CDs today for free, and just have them listen to the first 30 seconds, whether they throw it in the trash or not, at least they heard it. Yeah. It's hard to get someone to spend $5 on something they don't know about, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
And I would always look at the older homies like hustling CDs. I'm like, man, it's hard to do that. Like, you get 2 people out of 100 to buy the album or the CD, you know? What if I just gave it away? And I would pull up the gas stations and just sit there like I'm pumping gas for 2 hours, and just anyone that pulled up in a car that I thought maybe listened to like my style of music or hip hop or rap, whatever you want to call it, I would legitly give them the album, the little CD, and be like, bro, I'm not asking you for no money, but pop it in real quick, listen to 30 seconds, and if you don't like it, give it back to me, bro. If you want to fuck with it, then just pull off to it, you know? And that's how I hustled it.
Yeah. With that mindset, I give it a lot of respect too, because a lot of the times you have to swallow your pride too, because at the same time, right? Like, there's some people that won't even take it if you give it for free, right? But you're like, hey, screw it, on to the next guy, on to the next guy, on to the next guy, and you just keep that hustling mentality to get your music out there, right?
Yeah, facts. I mean, I just thought, bro, it's easier to give someone something for free than it is to ask them for money. Oh, yeah. Fools are hurting.
Yeah.
Why are they going to give me $5 when they could give their little nephew $5 for some chips and a soda? Like, you know, I always thought about it that way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good approach on it. I think it's a rare approach too. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people want to come out of the gates, start making money right away, right? And then if it doesn't happen overnight for them, they give up on it, right? They're like, oh, nope, it's not working, done with it.
Yeah, most people are going to pretend like they're passionate about something, and then the first obstacle they face or the first little mountain they have to climb, they can't get to, they're going to give up on it. You're going to know who's actually in it because they love it. And those are the people that don't quit. Those are the people you see around for 5, 10, 15, 20 years doing the same thing because they love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How long would you say that you've been in the rap game? Like, how many years have you been actually like putting out music right now?
I'd say like over 10 years. So I released my first body of work in 2010.
Okay.
13 years.
So now that, you know, I have over 20 some albums out on Spotify. Like, I don't know not one artist that really has that, you know what I'm saying, at my age, and besides maybe like the OGs like Short or Snoop or
the ones that were just like pumping out the mixtapes back then, you know? Yeah.
And I think the people are getting it now, though. I think you'll see a lot of artists like drop 2-3 projects a year, you know, because they understand the more music out, the more potential to people to hear it. The more music out, the more streams you get, which equals to money. So the more shit you put out, the more you're gonna get back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think more people are jumping on that wave now, though.
So let's go back. 2010, you released your first album. Are you tattooing at that time, or you hadn't started yet?
I had quit, like not quit, but I put music on hold to learn how to tat.
Gotcha.
Because when my deal with Warner Brothers as a young kid, which I got through my cousin and his label, my album was never came out. You know, we got a really big like actual joint venture with Warner Brothers, had a few artists on it. One artist they focused on, you know, we were cutting music. The album never came out, which is considered shelving an album. Mm-hmm. And then once, you know, the album got shelved, I was like, damn, like, how am I going to make music? You know, because the label was paying for the sessions and paying. So then when I got out of that deal, you know, I was like, it was so weird, bro. A lot of my family were tatting at the time, and I wasn't really making a lot of money, bro. I was trying to sell weed and trying to sell, you know, just to get by, bro. But I was never a good drug dealer because I like to do the drugs, you know. So that really didn't, you know, go as planned. You know, I was always either under or breaking even. Yeah. So one of the homies that was managing Ink Slingers at the time, he had got into it and he had broke his jaw.
Oh, shoot.
So he wasn't able to answer phones or make appointments or like accommodate clients, you know? So they called me and was like, hey, my cousin was like, hey, dog, we need some help around here. Like, you know, and at that time, it's one of the most booming shops. So like being a shop manager, you're leaving with $300, $400, $500 a day in 2010, 2009, 2008. Some people don't make that today.
Yeah.
You know, because the main artists were there and you would typically get 10% of what an artist makes. Yeah. That was what you got. So if a homie made it, you know, 1,000, you get 100. You know, so you could hustle there too. So I realized that, like, bro, like I could leave her with a couple hundred, save it, learn how to tat, put music on hold. Now I could turn the $300 a day into $1,300 or $800. And imagine how many videos I could shoot. Imagine how many studio sessions. Like, imagine how many T-shirts I could print up. You know, so that was the approach I took on that. So from 2007 to 2010, I just learned how to tat.
What age were you at that time?
I think in like 20s.
Yeah, right? 20s?
Yeah.
It's crazy to have that mindset in your 20s, dude, like a hustler mindset.
You know, I was around some OGs, dog, so I was able to pick up the game. Not only from the streets, but from my mom. You know, I seen her hustle. I seen everything she did for two kids on her own with no dad. You know, like my mom still to this day makes Valentine's Day baskets, makes tamales, and she's hustling all year long, bro.
It's in your blood,
you know,
brother.
So it was just something in me, bro, and I always was able to like be ahead of the game, like and see it. Like if I need to do that, what do I need to do that? And start just putting the plays together, you know, and making like the numbers make sense in my head. And from 07 to 10, I learned how to tat. I dropped my first project in 2010. And I mean, it was just ever since, dog, it was tatting and music. Dang. Clothing, tatting, music, clothing, because they all go hand in hand.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's so coincidental that both of them like tie hand in hand together, especially nowadays, right? They're like really, really tied together, just like the culture and all, right?
The whole culture,
yeah,
bro.
it's
And
just tied
you know,
together.
I'm proud to say, like, at that time, there wasn't no tattooing rapper or rapper tattooing. Like, I was damn near the first, bro, in LA or Cali, Southern Cali. Like, it was like my thing.
Yeah.
And that's why it grew so much, because you can get tatted by one of your favorite artists. And then even if you didn't know me, I would be with you for 5 hours, and guess what? I'm going to show you some of my music. Yeah. Then I'm going to get to know you, and then you're going to leave there not only with a tat, but with some music, and then you're just going to become indulged in, like, what my hustle was.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I took advantage of that, bro. You know, of being with someone new every single day.
Yeah, is it crazy just to see how accepted tattoos are comparison to back then, right? Like it's just changed, right?
Bro,
back then it was like, I know, especially when I was a kid also, it was like the big thing was like mainly like gangsters have tattoos. That's the only people that
That's where the culture came from.
Yeah, just like gangsters have tattoos. And now, dude, you see people on the golf course, like we were talking, everybody's tatted, right?
I just tatted a homie the other day, like, and we used to run amok, bro. Like, we were doing a whole lot of, you know, drugs. Like, we were rapping, he was producing. Like, he's a lawyer now, right? Oh, and he's fully sleeved now. I'm working on a sleeve, and I'm like, it's crazy to think, like, how the times go. Yep. You know, like, he's a lawyer representing people in court, you know, $250,000 lawsuits, $500,000 lawsuits, and he's tatted. Dang. Because it's not gangster no more. It's art.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's like how you could wear a pair of Cortez with some skinny jeans and a Laker tee, and you don't have to be from a hood. It's just the style of LA. It's you're embracing where you were born, Southern California or Cali, you know? Everything evolves.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? Absolutely. And yeah, that's what I think is super cool about tattooing, is because of that. It's grown so much more. And I think even more so now, even the younger generation is just carrying it even more, right? Like back in my day, it was like, okay, like the sleeve was like pushing it, right? And then once they were like a face or neck, you were like, no, bro. Like,
that guy's not gonna
like
jump.
Yeah. Your life is done, right? Yeah.
Bro, even like the stomach, like if you got letters on your stomach, and like my mom's was like, we were surrounded by like gang members of family, and we had family in prison who had went to. So my mom was involved in that culture, and I remember like I had started getting tats, and but she would always like, she didn't want something on my stomach, letters, or like a big last name, like gangster shit, or neck or head, or And I was like at my homie's crib for like 3 days, bro. We were just partying, and she just stopped by on the way. I just wanted to say hi, mijo, whatever. And I had just went like this, like with my shirt to like do this to my face, and she saw my tats, bro, on my stomach. Well, I had to run through the homie's house. She came in. Bro, it was bad, bro. And we didn't like. She was mad at that, like. But yeah, it was all because that's what it was back then,
Yeah. Yeah, and especially like I said, the face tats are like everywhere now, right? That's it. That's it. Way more accepted also because, like you said, right? As soon as you go there, it was like you either came out of prison or you like for sure you weren't getting a job anywhere, right? Right.
We called that career suicide.
Yeah.
So like
absolutely.
when you tat the neck, or even hands, or any above the neck and up, or wrist below, like it was like, homie, you better know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're either selling drugs forever. You're either nowadays, a lot of barbers are tatted up.
Yeah, barbers.
Tattoo artists, musicians, entrepreneurs in a sense, because no one could really tell you how you're going to make money.
Absolutely, yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
But if you do see fools with face tats and head tats, they typically still don't work at a regular job.
That's true too.
Construction now, like... you'll know they're in a field where like you could kind of be yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think like you said, even barbering, right, is got into that also. It's like, because they're making their own money on their own time, right?
And it's a form of expression. When you get, something on the face that means something to you, it's like, a hat you wear, or a chain you wear, or a jersey of a team you like. Like you're really letting fools know like who you are. Yeah. Like I got a palm tree on my face. Like, I'm from Cali. Like, that's my thing. Like, there's more meaning to the palm tree than just from Cali, but it's something you love,
Hey, have you ever talked to anybody out of getting some shit where you're like, think about it before you get it? Or
I've had combos with youngsters.
Yeah.
Just like, especially when they have nothing else.
Yeah.
They want to start on the hand, or, they want to do the neck. Like, I don't... I'm going to let them know, like, homie, like this, you might not ever get a regular job again, or ask them what they plan to do. And then, I'll be like, well, think about it. That piece might look dope somewhere else. And when you get a little higher in where you want to be, and put something else on the neck or save it,
Yeah, that's
But everyone wants to look too.
Yeah.
Have you ever done like any crazy tattoos or weird places or?
I've tatted everything everywhere down here, bro. I've done some tats where I'm like, fuck, like, especially when you're coming up, like, and when you have a boss, that's like, involved in the streets and stuff, you see a lot of fools come in.
Oh,
and when you're the one on the bottom of the totem pole, you have to do all the ones that nobody wants to do,
Oh, absolutely,
like, that are trippy,
Yeah.
And you just got to run with what he says, like, you're going to stay, you're going to do this, and that's it, like, and you do it,
Have you ever had anybody like pass out on the?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just boom. Yeah.
That's scary, dog. It don't happen often, but it does happen every once in a while.
My stepdad, he's passed away, but he used to do tattoos, and he would do them out of his house. So he did mine. I was in high school. I got my last name on my back, so I showed it off. All my friends at school wanted one. I took one of my boys. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, he said he'll do it. So after school, we all went. And then he was like, and he was 18. He was in high school, but he was 18. So he was like, all right, I'll do it. So he did the dude's arm. He wanted like his initials on his triceps.
Yeah.
So he was doing the first initial. And then the dude kind of did like that number. He's like, hey, oh, you all right? He's like, oh, yeah, no, I'm good. He's like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm good. He's like, all right. He started going again, dude. He fucking boom out of the chair.
It was fast, right?
Yeah.
It normally happens in the first like minute or two.
Crazy, dude.
Not because of the pain, but because you're so scared. your heart it's anxiety.
Yeah.
So it fucks with your breathing, get lightheaded. But then they pass out, you start tatting them again, they will not pass out the rest of the time because it's over now.
Yeah. No, he called it. He's like, nah, bro, come back later, dude.
If you hit the concrete, brother, he's like, hey.
He went out.
It's
dude.
scary, bro. Yeah, because,
that's
you know, you're
crazy.
kind of responsible for that person at that moment, you know? Depending on where you're tatting, in a shop or your house or...
Yeah, he also did a tattoo, bro, where he, this guy wanted his last name. I think it was like Rodriguez or something. Rodriguez family to live and die for. But he put like Rodriguez family to die and die for. He messed up, bro.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
Yeah, but he looked and the guy was like, oh, that's kind of cool too, bro. Like, he went with it. He wasn't a dick about it, dude. But I was like, oh,
It happens.
That's scary, dude. Or when you like
know?
misspell a name.
When people come in to get names or writing or something or like that, I say, you write it on the paper for me, and I'm going to, because they might be like, hey, my last name is, you know, Rodriguez, and you spell it with a Z, or they spell it with this, and, you know, or like Gonzalez, or, you know, and then they look at it, but they're so focused on getting the tat, they just go, oh, that's cool. Then you tat it, and it's wrong. Like, I tatted a year ago, and I did a portrait of a homie's kid, and the birth date, and the dude gave me the wrong birth date of his son. I was like, dog, like, they called me up like, hey, bro, like, you think we could fix this? I messed up on my kid's birthday, dog. Like, and I'm like, oh, dude.
Oh, dang, that's crazy.
We did what we could, you know?
Yeah.
What do you got to do? Just like cover it and then go somewhere else with the date? Or you were able to move the
I don't know. If it's a certain number, you might be able to just make a loop and, you know, turn a 4 into like, whatever, a 9 or what into it, but it's not gonna be perfect, you know.
Yeah,
and at least it'll be kind of right, you know.
Oh damn, that's crazy. Hey, so going back to the music piece of it, nowadays because there's so many platforms, is the ultimate goal still to actually get signed to a big label, or is it kind of to own your own music, own your own rights nowadays, and go into the industry like that, or is it still?
So people are doing it two ways. Some people want to be signed, and some people make a big enough buzz and be like, bro, I don't need it, you know? When you do get signed, there is a machine behind you that's different.
Oh, yeah.
They can make you an instant superstar, and you will be traveling the world overnight, like if you get into the right deal.
Yeah.
But some people are like, and to even get signed nowadays, you already got to be streaming crazy. Your platforms got to be jumping. Like, you already got to be the guy before they're even going to offer you money. There's some deals you can't pass up, like your single went nationwide. You got all the money behind you in the world. You're streaming millions, you know. Your revenue monthly is 100K, 200K a month on your own. But now they come and be like, okay, we'll offer you 10 mil for this 3-album deal. You might not want to say no to that. You get me?
Yeah.
That happens in some cases. Most people just, bro, once you start seeing $20,000 checks a month through music from a fool that didn't really have nothing, you really don't need to go nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I was watching this thing, and then it was actually 50 Cent talking on it, and he was saying that back then the record labels, they took advantage of that also because they seen like a kid coming up from nothing, right? And they knew that they could throw you a shitty deal, bro, and you were going to see the money and just sign with it, right? So he's like, there's artists that died there. He was like, there's artists that signed like 9 album deals. He was like, with some shitty money, bro, that got $100,000 for 9 albums, bro. He was like, 4 or 5 of those albums never even came out. He was like, and that's it. He was like, they died at the label.
I think that's very rare now, because everyone's so smart, you know, about it, bro.
You linked up with 50 Cent, right? I seen that you had a post or something with 50. How did that happen? How'd you guys link up?
Through my Michi Cup. Yeah, so me and 50 linked up. I brought 50 to Baldwin Park to J&J Liquor in the SGV. And we just did a meet and greet together. I did my Gold Michi. He did Bronson.
Is that champagne?
It's Bronson.
It's
a cognac.
Cognac. Yeah. Okay.
And we just kind of leveraged it where we would team up because he knew that was kind of the area we were from and where our cups were popping. Yeah. And then we just kind of, you know, leveraged the deal where we could do it together. You know, but no one's done that in the city, you know? Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
That shit was crazy, bro.
Where'd you get the idea to do the Michi Cup? Like, where did that come from?
I have a song called Deflection.
Okay.
And it says, I'm just trying to sip a Michi, catch up with the people that ain't seen me, yeah. I'm bouncing back like, yeah. Like, so when I would be at a concert, everyone would sing the Michi part, right? I'm just trying to sip a Michi. So then I'm like, bro, like, and then I would have my homie, you know, R.I.P. passed away. I would have him on my stage making Michis, handing them out to people. So it was like my thing. Like, no one's done that either, you know?
Yeah.
People throw weed off the stage, shirts, but like, I was making micheladas, dog.
Crazy.
And we were handing them to the people, you know? So I was helping his company blow, and we were just giving people what they wanted, you know? So right before he passed away, we were working on a cup together. And I told him, you just help me make this cup, bro, you know, because I've helped him with a lot of things, you know? And we made the cup, you know. Me and my other boy, we had put the money plate together for it and invested in some cups. And, bro, I think the first day, bro, we sold like 2,500 cups or something. Or 5,000 cups.
First dropped, dude. My fiance was like, I need one of these cups. And I was like, what cup are you talking about? She's like, I told you, just dropped a cup. I need to get it. And we were out in La Habra. We were in La Habra at the time. And no, we were in Pico at the time. And we were driving around these little stores, nothing, dude. And then I hit up my cousin. My cousin lives in Ontario. And then I was like, hey, do you know where I can find these Michi cups? He's like, yeah, this liquor store right around my house. They just got them today. So we drove all the way to Ontario to get these Michi cups, dude. But they're good. Yeah, they're good. The yellow cup, yeah.
It's just about making, everything's been done.
Yeah.
Music, podcasts, beats, you know, shirts, hats, tats, you know. Yeah. But can you make what you're doing cooler than them?
Yeah, that's kind of.
Can it be something?
Yeah,
you know. And the minute you make something cool and make people like, I need that, then you're gonna take advantage of that market.
Yeah.
That's all we did, bro. Was like different color cup, better chili on top, more chili on top, like, you know, cool logo. Yeah. Put it in the right people's hands, and it's gonna make you want to go drink it.
Crazy.
And how many cups were out at that time? Like competitors, was there quite a bit of cups out? Or
I think there's always only been about 3 real big cups.
Okay.
That you could maybe get in Albert, like they broke the mainstream market, you know?
Yeah, like at 7-Eleven or whatever.
Yeah, and we went in there, bro, and we didn't have no connects. We didn't have a sales team. All we did, bro, was pull up to liquor stores and say, hey, bro, like, I'm going to leave 2 boxes here. I'm going to post on my Instagram where they're at. Yeah. And if they sell out by today, I need you to buy 5 boxes. Boom. They would sell out in an hour. Yeah. And they would be calling us like, bro, bring 10 cases. Because it was making them, so they come in to buy a cup, but guess what they're buying? Beer, cigarettes, chips, candy. So that little $2 cup is going to make them $40 real quick. Yeah. You know, so they wanted the cup in the store.
Hey, bro, just for that real quick, like when you put things in the store like that, is that normally how it operates? Is just, hey, you're bringing the business to the store itself, or is there stores that actually ask you like for a percentage of what sales of your product? Does it vary by location, or is it all the same?
No, really, it's supposed to just be like, hey, bro, we have a case of cups are gonna be $24. You gotta buy a minimum of 3. That's how it works. So there's no real.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
No, so they're caking up, dog, you know?
Yeah.
So you make the money off the $24 they give you, and then they can make the money off they can do
because
they can set whatever price they want on the cup, or you.
That's where it got crazy. We knew it was getting hot because a cup, the highest price a cup was ever at, I think was like $1.50 at the time, or $1.75. These fools were selling our cup for $5 a cup, dog. So then we had to go and put all the labels on the cup. We had to put the price on it so they weren't gouging people, because they were taking advantage. You know, because they're like, this is hot as fuck. Like, fuck it, dog. This $24 case, we're going to make times 5, bro. You know.
Dang.
So it was crazy how hot it got, bro.
That's crazy.
That's badass though that you went back and you actually cared like what they were up marking the cup for people.
We didn't. It didn't sit right with us.
Yeah,
bro.
that's badass.
Because it's my people that are buying it because they support what I do. Not only it was good. Yeah, there was people that bought it because it was good, but it was originally bought because I did it. And my people really support what I do because I care about them.
Hell yeah.
It's not always about the money, bro.
Yeah.
It's about, what you can give to them and make, how could you make them feel good,
Yeah, that's dope, dude. How long from the idea, hey, let's start a Michi Cup, to actually getting it in stores, how long was that process? From the idea to when you guys actually got it in the store?
I think about a year.
Oh, okay.
Because there was I don't know what happened, bro, but we made 5,000 cups. And they were just sitting in the garage, bro. I don't know what I was going through in my life, but I got real discouraged about something. All right. And me and my partner, we kind of just left them like, oh, whatever, bro. We invested in them, whatever. Like, and my homie came by one day and was like, opened one of the boxes, made the cup, and was like, drinking. He's like, bro, I'm not going to let these just sit here, bro. This is too good. Like, you're not going to waste money, dog. Like, I think at the time I was already like, with the clothing, with my shop, with tattooing, with music, with my normal life, with my health, with like, sometimes when you start a new business, bro, you get discouraged, dog, because so many things might not have worked for you. And now this is another obstacle you're going to try and put yourself out there. And this is tones. And, like, if it fails, they know I failed again. Like, you go through a lot of different things as a person, like, in business, And
how many people do you roll with? Or how big is your team or your infrastructure to be able to support like 5, 6 different businesses going on at once? You have a big team with you, or no?
And that's, I think, why I've sometimes have like lost it. Gotcha. Why I've fell down in a dark hole, or because when so many things are relied on you, you get to a point.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say too, right? Like if I have 10 things, it's somewhat impossible for you to give like your 100% focus on those 10 things, right? So something's gonna go by the wayside, right?
Yeah,
and it's gonna eventually fail, right? Because you're not giving it that support that it needs.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like you show a lot of attention here. Well, this is going to start to fill and wither away.
Yep.
Even in a relationship, you're going hard on your dreams. Your lady's going to feel that. If you have kids, your kids are going to feel that. Your dogs are going to feel that because you're like this. And I've failed in the past at doing that because I'm one man doing so much shit, bro. Designing the clothes, in between the tat, and then while they're taking a break, we're folding clothes, and then we're shipping the clothes, and then back to the tat, and then after the tat, hey, bro, we got to finish this song. Do the song, and then go home. You're drinking, you're smoking, you're partying, then you go home at 3 in the morning. You wake up at 8 because you need to be up. You got to make phone calls. You might want to hit the gym, stay healthy. Like, then you do that for 3 years and see where you're going to be in your life. You're going to drive yourself in the dirt.
Yeah.
And I know when I fell, and I went through my thing through NXN, I really told myself, like, not that I have to quit chasing things that I want, but I have to balance. I have to balance. Because if not, you're going to kill yourself, dog, like, for real. Yeah.
How you doing right now with balancing everything?
I'm doing good. Yeah. I think I'm doing good. A lot of it is the partying.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because you're so stressed out and you want things to work so bad and you have expectations to be here, but you're not. And then you start getting, down on yourself, and then you drink, or, you'll party, or, you'll blow money you shouldn't, or like you're using these vices to numb you. And it sounds cliche because a lot of people say that, but it's true. We do things to numb ourselves when we're not at the happiest place of our life.
Yeah.
And it could look great on the internet. You know what's crazy about the internet is you can be anybody you want to fucking be, dog.
That's
like,
crazy.
Me and my boy talk about this. Like, if you want to say you're in Miami today, you can pretend like you're in Miami today, dog. Like, no lie, bro. You can get out of an Uber and just walk with your shoes and tag Miami location. Now they're gonna be like, you're in Miami. You can go to this hotel room by the pool and go like, and be like, we're in Miami. Like, you can go to any strip club in LA and show money on the floor, or a chick twerking and be like, we're in Miami.
Yeah.
Like, you could be anybody you want.
That's
That's the scary part.
Yeah.
You know, because fools get so caught up in that.
Yeah, and then they try to be that, and
It's sad. I think it is, especially it hurts like the younger generation too, because like everybody feels like, hey, my 19-year-old buddy is taking pictures with all this money and everything, so I don't have to work hard because he got it that way, so I don't have to work hard. So I feel like they lose that work ethic and that hard work grind that you guys had, like the older generations had. So they lose that, like very entitled coming up, right?
Yeah.
So
And it's more dangerous because you're pretending.
yeah.
A lot of these people out here are pretending.
Yep.
Get me? So pretending to be hard, pretending to be a gangster, pretending to be a drug dealer, pretending to have money, you know, and that shit's only gonna take you so far.
yeah.
You know, it's gonna end at some point. It might 5 years you could fake something, but I promise you that something's gonna come up.
Like
They're gonna pull the covers, you know.
Yeah. A lot of people say, what's the name? Tekashi 6ix9ine was never really a gangster, right? And then he tries to act like a gangster. And stuff.
I mean,
like,
because it's the money, dog.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
You know, like I said, you could be anybody you want.
yeah,
But I'll tell you, if you are who you are,
yeah,
you will last longer and you will have a better life in the end. You get me? Because you don't have to walk around with that thing on you all day. Like, who's gonna pull my cover today?
yeah.
What interview's gonna come out? What tweet's gonna come out? What old picture of me wearing blue, but now I'm really wearing red? Like, there's so many of these stories, you know, and it's like, but the kids don't have nothing to really look up to either. Like, everything they love is something they're not.
Yeah.
And it makes you want to fake the funk.
You know, do you follow basketball? Well, you got a
Yeah.
basketball jersey. You got John Morant. You see that dude? Oh man, that's like his friends around him too.
I saw
man.
Fat Joe post something. You see, he said something like, "Bro, them people around you aren't really there for you, bro. Like, they're there for the good time.
Yeah.
And when you get kicked out of the league, or when something happens, they're finding a new setup. One more homie with money, and all them fools you thought with flashing the guns and they're not gonna be there.
Yeah.
That's what they say too, right? It's like everybody that comes from like a broke area like us and everything, you want to take everybody with you, right? When you're making it, you're like, hey, my homie, his friend, we all want to come. But you can't. The reality of it, right?
And it's so hard because that love you feel at that moment.
Yep.
You feel like the king. You know, you're just in this beautiful like paradise of like, I have everything. Everyone looks up to me. Like, and you just want everyone to have fun with you. You know, and I get in trouble doing that sometimes. Like, I'll be at a place and my girl will be like, you don't even know these dudes. Like, you kick like that's not safe, Tone. And I'm just like, but I love people. I love to party. I love to meet new people. I'm a butterfly, dog, you know? But it ain't safe at times, you know? Unless you have a couple real ones around you that know the boundaries and know how to get you out of places and bring you back over here, you know? But it's tough, bro. I could imagine these fools are making millions,
right?
dog.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I always thought, even like as a basketball player, if you're that high, bro, my whole thing is like, if an entourage is with you, the entourage is the one that should be getting caught with the guns, with the illegal shit that you're hiding. They're the ones that should be going to jail, right?
To take the rap and the fall,
right?
You know?
should never have anything on you, dude. There's no reason for you to be holding a goddamn gun, right? If the next guy next to you wants to, that's on him, right? But you should not be touching anything like that.
I think it was Chris Carter, old receiver for the Vikings. He did like a seminar at a college for like a college football team, and he told them, and he got a lot of shit for it, but he told them, hey, when you get to the league, you need to have a fall guy. You need to have a guy that when the cops pull you over is going to take the rap for whatever the hell you guys are doing. And he ended up getting a lot of shit for that, though.
It's
kind of true, though.
It is, because at the end of the day, you have the money to get me out. You're going to help me out to get out and everything if you're a real friend, right? At the end of the day, and I take that rap for you, and you're the one that's benefiting so many more people than me, right? And I'm helping you out at the same time. But it's like nothing. It's not going to be magnified like as it is if you go to jail. If you go to jail, that magnifies way bigger.
If the main breadwinner is in trouble, it does affect the entire family and entire enterprise. You know what I'm saying? So I think just from even back in the day, it's always been kind of ran that way, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but once again, he doesn't need to hold that. He wants to hold that. He wants to look like that on the internet.
Yeah.
He wants fools to think he's crazy, that he'll, like do whatever he wants to do. Like he likes that because that's what he sees the rappers do and the movie stars do and the power on TV and the snowfalls on TV. They want to be tough.
Yeah.
They already got the money and the women.
Yeah.
All I need to do is have power.
See, that's what's tough too. Like I always go back and forth with it also. I could see where the brand standpoint is, but also I think it's a fault in ourselves also because like at the end of the day, John Morant, you're watching him to be a basketball player, right? A great basketball player. That's what he is. I'm not now. If your kid is following him outside of basketball and saying like, "Oh, he's a great dad. He's a great this or whatever," nobody's ever saying that he's great outside the court, right? He's getting paid to be great on the court, right? But then you can see like a brand wants a well-rounded person, right? So it's like never messes up
because you're getting an opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're getting millions to represent something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like if you were, the manager at some sort of fancy restaurant, and you walk in and you're just like, hey, fool, where do you want to sit? Like, no, dog. Like you're gonna be in a suit and you're gonna be, hey, sir, how you doing? How was your food? Like you're gonna have to be different.
Yeah,
you get me? Because you're representing the company, and if you don't want that responsibility, don't take a sponsor.
Yeah,
don't just get paid through the NBA.
Yeah,
yep,
and be a baller.
Yeah,
that's why the responsibility's high.
Yeah,
because you made that choice to take that sponsor.
To sign those contracts. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And I think, there's like you said, there's no, especially the ones that I think come from like the worse off areas, and they don't have that influence anymore from like back in the day where you're like, hey, I have this guy to follow and kind of show me the way. Like you said, the internet and social media, they're following it, all the rappers and everything else.
Well, ball players want to be rappers. Yeah. Rappers want to be drug dealers. Yeah. Drug dealers want to be like, it's a circle, dog. Yeah. Like nobody really wants to just be what they're good at,
Yeah.
It's like, because it's a fantasy,
Yeah. So how's the Cups are still doing really well though?
The Cups, we sat on hold after COVID. So we boomed through COVID. And when inflation hit, it messed us up a little bit, because when you have a product that makes a small profit, and you're more quantity based, it hurts it. If a Jordan goes up $10, ain't nobody gonna feel it.
Yeah.
But if a $2 cup goes to $6, you ain't gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the high price products don't really get hurt too much on inflation. Low profit products get hurt in inflation.
Is that because the cup itself is like it doesn't take much to make a cup, so then more people are saying, why pay $3 for a cup when I can go make my cup myself? Is that kind of the
I just think it's just like, imagine paying $10 for a pack of gum. Like it's just not.
Never gonna get
there.
It
ain't gonna happen. Like it's a styrofoam cup with a sticker and some chili on top. Uh-huh. You get me? And it only lasts for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, So I just think certain products that are that like basic, you know.
So do you think you guys kind of hit that boom and then now it's time to like go to something else, or are you going to continue?
Well, we did. We the money we made in the Michi, we moved to the cannabis industry while that inflation went high.
Oh, nice.
And it's all about just, it ain't working now, cool. Don't let the money sit and use it over here. Cool. If that ain't, we move the money you made back to, it's just about trying to keep things alive and not letting things just sit there, you know?
That's another crazy industry, dude, is the cannabis industry now.
Oh, dude,
just like from our era to how illegal it was, dude. Like you hid that shit. Now everybody's smoking, right? Everyone's
Bro, I remember
tattooing,
you
right?
would have to be a damn. Your goal was, hey, bro, let's go to Amsterdam because you could smoke all
yeah,
day. Like,
yeah.
it was like the only place in the world where like you could actually be like, oh, it's legal there, you know?
Yeah.
Now, bro, you could do whatever you want.
Dang.
How do you like that industry so far? You're like getting into it.
It's cool. We went the legal route, you know?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things you have to do to tap into that market. But once again, we made a product that's already out, way cooler than anybody else's, you know? So
what do you guys do? Like pre-rolls or anything like that? Or
we haven't even tapped into that. We literally just put concentrate, like shatter on top of flour.
Oh, okay.
And we're like the highest percentage flour in the game right now.
Oh, shoot.
Oh,
You know, we're at like 54, 55% THC.
What's it called? It's like ice cream.
It's called LA Fruit Cart.
LA fruit cart.
Oh,
And
yeah, I seen that,
once
yeah.
again, we
Okay.
took the Gold Michi Play, made it the same yellow.
Oh, okay.
We took the fruit cart and bring it to all the events, use the Gold Michi cup to put fruit in there, and now they're smoking, eating fruit with our logo on top.
Man,
So
that's
it's
a
just,
badass play, dude.
Yeah.
it's just like a thing, you know?
Hey, so how do you come up with these ideas? Is it you and you sit down at a table with a couple people, or you just, where do these come from?
Me and my boy ask each other that all day because you only get a few in your life.
Yeah.
You know, and like maybe one. Some people may never get one good idea in their life. We've had the opportunity to come up with the pyramid, TFC, the Gold Michi skeleton, and the LA Fruit Cart umbrella. Like, and every time I go, bro, I'm never gonna be able to think of nothing else after this, dog. And then just something else comes up. Like, fuck, like just blessed with the ideas, you know?
That's cool.
It's kind of cool that though you look at it, it looks like you kind of stayed like in your lane as far as like the culture that built you and the culture that you're in. Like you tailored towards that, right? You were like, hey, I'm gonna stay in my area and make the money in that area. Like, and so you know that area the best, right? Because you grew up in that area, you know that culture very well. So all your
They kind of
entrepreneurships, they all goes together. So it actually makes sense. Like you're kind of like a goat in the sense of your own era, right? Your area. So that's pretty smart. And then you just get all your ideas from dealing with your people in that area instead of trying to venture into an area that you have no idea how it
like,
operates,
hey, I'm gonna
right?
come out with a surfboard tomorrow. Like, bro, I never surfed in my life. Like, it sounds cool, but hey, how well do you know it? How many people are gonna support it? Do the people that follow you even surf? Like, you got to think of all of that.
Crazy.
You know, like I know my people barbecue and drink micheladas. So why not tap into that market? People don't really ever think of things like that. They're always seeing TV and going, oh, I want to do that. Like, but bro, that might be unrealistic. We do want to chase dreams and anything's possible, but some things, bro, just aren't. And it's sad to say.
Yeah. With that being said, I ask every entrepreneur this. What's one of the most costly mistakes that you made while coming up and getting it, doing your entrepreneurship and out of a business? Like it could be a failed business. It could be a business that succeeded, but at first it lost a lot of money.
I think trusting people that you didn't know.
Oh, okay.
You know, we've lost 6 figures on things that were like promised. And when you're chasing something and things sound good and you're doing everything you can to be that person, those things sound good at the time. And if you have a good heart, you always give people the benefit of the doubt and go, bro, he seems like a good person. He ain't going to do me like that. Like, he ain't gonna do that because you're a good person.
Yeah, yeah.
And you don't have that in you. So you always think everybody else is the same as you, but it's not. You know, and I've learned that's my biggest thing, bro. And it sucks because I never wanted anybody else to ruin the trust I could have with you. It's like a girl being cheated on or fucked over, and then you come along and you're a A1 dude, bro. You work hard, you fall in love with her, bro. You'll do anything, but she ain't gonna fuck with you because she been hurt. And I can't be that way in business. I gotta just trust myself. Like, okay, this don't sound good. Let me dive into it a little more. Let me do more research. Like, but I don't want to ruin, you know, what it could be just because I got fucked over in the past.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
And that's kind of I think in the industry alone, huh? Just like even like in the industry that we deal with, and so it's having that right judgment of character, right, with people that you deal with, and saying, all right, does this person really have the best interest for me, or is he just saying what sounds good right now?
Yeah, because everyone's an opportunist.
Yep.
When you're doing good, guess there's so many people gonna come around going, hey, I got this. I want to do this. I got a venue here. Or I got this. You want to promote this, and then you know, but they're just really doing it because they need to attach themselves to you.
Yeah.
You know? So you do need a few people around you to be like, I don't know if that's the right move, bro. You know, you already got your shit going on. Do you really need this? What's this really going to do for you? And you start putting it in your head, like balancing out the pros and the cons. Is this really going to benefit me? If it ain't going to change my life, then should I even do it?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. How long in your crew? Who's have you had a guy there that's been there since day one and like kind of came up with you?
I've had a couple.
Yeah, that's been there.
Yeah,
for a long
that's time. Like a handful of them, and that are still around.
That's awesome.
You know, I've had a lot of homies come and go. I've had a lot of friends come and go. It's a part of the business.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm definitely fortunate enough to have a handful of dudes I know will do whatever I need from them. Like, not that it will benefit me, but just will be there for me. Yeah. If I'm feeling down, I could call them.
Yeah, that's dope.
You know, and I think that's more important than, hey, will they go and do a favor for you, bro, and pick this box of T-shirts up? Like, that feels good too, but having people around you like that you need, dog, because when you're an entrepreneur, artist, creator, you know, risk taker, you have so many things inside that can't really talk to a lot of people about, dog, because you're always looked up at as like the guy.
Yeah.
You know, like he don't ever get sad. He don't ever get discouraged. He don't ever feel down. He ain't never depressed. He ain't never, you know, because so many people look up to you, and then you got to sit back and take that because you don't want to let people down. Mm-hmm. But when you could open up and be vulnerable and tell those people that look up to you, like, bro, I feel just like you.
Yeah.
You know, that's where the real shit comes from. That's why NXN blew so much.
Yeah.
Because I told people I was sad, depressed, in a dark place, having trouble. And a million people sat there and go, I feel the same way as you.
Dang. So dealing with depression and stuff, I know the albums are called, two of them, right? No Xanax Needed?
And NXN 2, yeah.
Yeah. Did you never took Xanax? Like you got it through without it? How do you think you were able to do that? Just
I think family, I think God, I think just positive, like, energy around me. Gotcha. You know, because there were times where I didn't even want to be here, dog. Like, because I was like, everything got taken from me. You know, my fear of being like, I'm like, will I ever be able to rap or do a show again? Probably not, bro. Like, I'm scared to even walk outside. Fuck. Like, how could I ever be in front of 1,000 people again? Like, then you start getting more depressed, you know? Will I ever be able to tat again because I had a panic attack during a tat? Like,
oh, shoot.
You know, now, fuck, like, will I ever tat again? Like, now your tat's taken, your raps are taken, and you're like, bro, that's really all I have. Like, that's me, you know?
Yeah.
So I definitely think it was just kind of like remembering what I've always preached to people. All right. And that's really, you could do it. You can make it. You got this. You can get up. Like, I always would tell people that that's what TFC is about. So I would go back and go, why do people love me? Because I tell them they could do it. So guess what? I could do it. And I just did it.
Dang, that's dope.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, because I know anxiety, depression ain't no joke, man. I know my mom dealt with it. She had like a panic attack on a freeway. Now she can't drive freeways anymore, bro.
Because the fear.
Crazy, yeah. Yeah.
You know, our homies had a panic attack in an airplane, and it took him 7 years to jump on a plane again. Dude, so now he'll never be, you know?
Yeah.
He beat it, though.
Yeah.
You know, you got to fight for what you love and want.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. But it's good, though. It shows that, you know, you can't beat it, right? Just got to be tough
and
about
that's
it.
why that song Fear, I did a song called Fear, and it really blew because, you know, you go back to listen to NXN and you could tell what I was dealing with. And so many people felt that way. You know?
Yeah. That's crazy about music, huh? Music touches you, bro. Like, you just listen to it, you know, whatever you're going through, you could just resonate with the lyrics, and it could get you through some shit, dude. That's
Can
powerful.
also make
Music
you
is
remind
powerful.
you about where you were at a certain time.
Yeah,
You could
that's
hear
true.
an oldie and be like, "Oh, I remember my mom was dancing with my dad." Like,
Dude, it could take you
so
right back to that
many
moment,
things,
dude.
bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. What about your new song right now? You just dropped it, right? A Holmes.
"Hey, home."
Yeah, dude, that thing's bad. Dude. How'd you get linked up with Too Short? And how long did it take to get this song out?
That song was done 2 summers ago.
Right, yeah, because I remember you
'Cause I
posted
had the
about
long
it in like
hair.
2021.
It was different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was tripping out at too. I was looking at his hair. I was like, "Oh, dude, he must have cut his hair." And then on the video, oh, that's what that.
Yeah.
It just, you know, people don't realize, like, there's a lot of things that are like back end of things. Like when we wanted to release A Homes, Too Short was just gonna promote, you know, Mount Rushmore.
Oh, Mount Rushmore.
with
yeah.
What's Ice Cube? And all them? Yeah.
and so he wouldn't be able to support something like that while he was doing his own thing.
Dang.
It's gonna take away from what he's got going on. So now you have to wait for the right time, and then go, all right, cool. And it just so happened that Cinco de Mayo was open, and all the clearances were done, and we're like, bro, what a better time to drop A Homes with a pool and a lot of ass, Too Short, Stupid Young, like perfect day for this drop, you know?
Yeah, that thing's a banger, bro. That's gonna be like the summer anthem, I think. Dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's really doing well, bro.
Yeah, no, it's good. How'd you get linked up with them in the first place? How'd you link up with Too Short? Just through mutual
That
people?
was through some mutual people.
Okay.
I had met him as a kid on a boat in Havasu when I was probably 9 years old. My cousin, I told you, was all into the scene, bro. And I mean, I met so many different rappers and basketball players back when Havasu was booming. And I was just that little kid. He would, hey, I'm going to take, and my mom didn't even know I was going to Havasu, dog. And I'm in a truck with fucking 8 gang members, dog. I'm in the back not knowing what's going on. Lifted Suburbans and Expeditions. And like, I felt like a G back because, like, the only kid, you know? So I got to see all kind of crazy shit. But I met him back then. I met him at a show I did with him, I believe, out in Riverside. And I did one maybe in L.A. for K-Day. And, bro, it's just weird how it happens, bro.
That's crazy.
Hey, so in the music industry, well, let's say rap first. Who are your top 5 MCs that you listen to? Like you're coming up.
It's crazy because it's changed over the years. But I really listen to Cole a lot.
Okay.
I feel like he's like my vibe, you know. I listen to Kendrick a lot. I've been tapping back into the Wu-Tang because I watched that show. I got them tatted on me, and that's really influenced me as an artist. I was one of the only, like, kids, like, from the West that really loved Wu-Tang, bro. Like, everything. Like, they were bumping all kind of West Coast shit, and I'm like, I like Wu-Tang, though, too, you know?
Yeah.
Bro, there's just I hate this question because there's just too many, bro.
Yeah,
you know, like, it's so hard. Like, that's why there's arguments, because everyone has such a different connection with artists. I don't think there could ever be a 1 through 5, bro.
And then even if you look at, like, because you got a vibe to the newer stuff too, right? And then you go back to the older
oldie
stuff.
sample,
Yeah.
like, I think that's what makes a good artist a good artist. You never know what they're gonna drop, and they're gonna give you what they feel. So today I could drop a song. I feel rich as fuck. I just made $3K off a tat, and I'm going to the bars with the homies. Like, I'm feeling rich, bro. And then you can go to the strip club, blow it all, and then tomorrow wake up, make a song like, bro, I should have never done that. Like, I feel broke. Like, because you're giving them how you feel at the moment.
Yeah.
And so many people are like, I wish the old Kanye, I wish the old Jay-Z, I wish the old. But, like, if you want the old, then listen to the old.
Yeah.
You never, like, imagine, like, people love NXN for me because it's dark, depressing, you know, like, but would you really want me to make 10 NXNs in a row? Because you know what I have to do to go to that place?
Oh, yeah.
I have to get sad. I have to be in a dark place. So you can't always want an artist to go back to your favorite song because you don't know what they had to go through to make that song.
That makes sense, dude. Yeah, I like that song, All Down, right? With the
Tory Lanez.
That's a dope song.
Yeah,
that's a good one. How long does it take you to usually come up with like a song or write a song?
Some songs you could write in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Some songs could take you 2 weeks.
Where do you start on a song? Do you start with like the title, or do you start with like, you get like a little chorus in your head?
If you're in the studio with the producer's making the beat.
All right. And
I'm just typically just kind of like looking at the review or, you know, kind of just like, what is this making me feel like? And then by the time he renders it and uploads it into Pro Tools or, you know, loads a session, like you kind of already have an idea of what this is going to feel like. And then you'll be like, oh, let me go in the booth. You do the hook and then start banging the hook. He starts messing with the vocals. And then while he's doing that, you're like, all right, now I'm going to write the verse or vice versa, you know? Mm-hmm. So some songs could take 3 weeks. Some could take 30 minutes.
Dang, that's crazy.
Hey, what about in the strip club, dude? What's the most you ever dropped in a strip club? Big cheese?
You know, I'm pretty good with money.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the homies are like, bro, you need to splurge a little more, dog. Like, bro, I'm wearing Vans right now, dog, and my Laker jersey. Like, I don't need a pair of Chanels or Dior's. Like, that's cool. I have done it before in Vegas. When a homie, just flex a little. All right, cool. I'll buy these. They look like Chucks. I'll buy those ones, you know? But, I think like maybe like 3-4K at the most, you know? And I'm pretty mad at the next day. Like,
yeah, bro. Like, the same thing. Like, I've never been one of those guys that, like, actually go up there and, like, throw cash like that. Like, I mean, I guess it's cool, like, every now and then, like, if you're, like, having a big party or a big celebration or something like that. But I just never been like that. Like you said, kind of wise in the sense of how I spend my money. So I'm like,
yeah, bro. I don't know. I think if you come from a certain place, like, and you're not like, bro, I'm not the richest dude in the world, dog. I'm by no far hurting, and I'm blessed to have the things I have. But I'm not like Lil Baby rich or you know, you know, I'm not like that. You know, I buy a couple little pieces of jewelry to make me know that I'm doing it. This is accomplishments for me, but I'm not going to go and blow 40K on a big piece because that's just not me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bro. I just think it is kind of how you know, what you want in life, what's important at the time. Maybe if I was making the money I'm making now 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I could probably be a little more stupid with my money. Yeah. But it's not everything, dog. You know, you gotta have savings. There's fools that their outfits more than what they got in the bank.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Yeah,
you know, like how does that even make sense, dog? Like, if your mom needed 30K, your outfit's 1,500. You don't even got that in the savings.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like it's just you gotta be a little bit smart, bro.
Even like they say, right? Usually the people that don't look the richest are the richest people, right?
1,000%.
Because they're a lot more cautious how they're spending their money.
That's why I bought a Prius, bro. I got a nice car and a Prius. Because when I don't want to look like I'm just drive the Prius around all day, you know?
Yeah, and that's what like we even like
the Prius here.
I brought the Benz here.
Hell yeah! Just trying to see where we were on your level, dude. Right. Brought the.
But there are people that like even they. A lot of the times they don't even have like a nice vehicle that they go somewhere. They'll go out there and they'll rent it for the weekend, right?
Oh, yeah,
and then they'll come back and like you said, they have a Prius on their daily commuter, and they're getting in the grind done.
And that's
right?
also an investment thing too. Like I know homies that are making a lot of money, and they'll just black car Uber all day.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just gonna be like, bro, I don't need to pay insurance.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need pay for gas. I don't need to pay a car note. I could just black car everywhere, have a Prius on the side if I really need to scoot around. And they don't need it, because then if they go to Miami, they could go and rent a fucking Lamborghini.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have the money for it.
That's true. That's true.
Well, yeah, that's what I was reading this thing a couple of weeks ago, and they were saying eventually what they're thinking is like everything is going to go to that. Everything is going to go to like Ubering around and so forth, because if you look at a vehicle for yourself, like you said, it's really a depreciating asset that's just sitting there, right? Right now, your car's not generating any money. It's just sitting there. So eventually people are going to be like, why do I need that car if I'm just in this little area?
Yeah, if you live in Covina and you work in, you know, even it could be Rancho, or it could be, you know, 15 miles out. Take the Uber.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, it is a little inconvenient because if you need to get places, but if you're thinking about money, there's different ways of getting around things you don't need to spend on.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a car, but I'm not taking an Uber everywhere, but you can do that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a smart move though. Like, do you really need the Lamborghini? Do you really need to pay that huge car note? Or when you want to splurge a little bit and you want to go out there and rent one, hey,
you go out of town, you want to rent
one for
Especially
an event.
Especially if you're traveling a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're barely home a couple months of the year, like it's literally $3,000 car note in a garage collecting dust.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, hey, brother, I got to ask. You got to do it. But, so you're spread out thin. You got all kinds of businesses going. You're, you know, hustling, doing your thing. How do you maintain, because watching, you know, your Instagram stories, your wife's Instagram stories, you guys are like goals when it comes to like couples, dude. Couple goals, dude. How do you balance all that and a relationship?
It ain't easy.
All right.
I've fucked up in the past simply because I put a lot of things in front of my relationship.
Gotcha.
And, you know, it isn't bad to be selfish because you wouldn't have the things you have if you weren't a little selfish. But I think it's just understanding that if you love that person, and you got to be willing to fight for it, you know? And I just think we come from such a small place, and we just stayed ourselves. We never let the internet make us think like we're somebody we're not. We've never pulled that card on each other. We've always been open. We have problems. We get in arguments. We have disagreements. I fuck up and stay out late too much sometimes. Like, no relationship is perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, and the only thing that makes it work is understanding that it will never be. You know, not to say you want to be unhappy. Yeah. And I'm going to just stay because we got kids, or, oh, you know, we have a house together. It's going to be too much problem to, you got to love each other and be willing to fight for it. Yeah. And you got to always stop thinking everything's better when it really ain't. Because, you know, the internet, once again, there's girls all day on social media that look like they don't got one piece of cellulite on them. They ain't never had a pimple in their life. Like, they don't fart, homie. Like, it makes you think like they're just, like, they're aliens. Yeah. But it's just all an illusion, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, how's she keep up with like the music video shit? Like out there with the girls out there. How is she with that? Like, low key, does she get jealous at all or anything like that? Or
I think every woman in the world does.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Everybody, you know, there's gonna be certain women that are, fuck, homie, like, don't come home because she's gonna beat your ass. Yeah. You know, or your shoes are gonna get cut or something. I ain't never had to experience that, but you're always gonna get jabs. Like, oh, it must have been nice that, you know, like,
that's what I was assuming.
Yeah, it looked like you had a great time. Like, little things, you know, I could deal with that. And I could respect that because 100%. It ain't easy to be 100%. A girl, wife, female in that position. you're getting older. These girls are getting younger.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so then you start battling things in your own head as a female, but you just still got to trust and be like, you got to trust your partner.
Yeah.
Not to say he's not going to, you know, fuck up or she's not going to fuck up in certain ways, but you just got to go, he knows what he has here, you know?
Yeah.
And all that's fake.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, dude, it's fucking, I love watching your guys' stories, dude, because you guys are hilarious together, bro. Like, you guys just prank each other. See you guys pants each other before. It's like, you did the tortilla slap too, right? You guys are.
We learn to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, like with your little house or your dogs, like, you know, you see all these things, bro, and it's just you see them at dinner. They only post when they're at a fancy dinner. They're only posting when they're on a yacht. They're only posting when they're, you know, in a hotel room, bro. Like, homie, bro, post when you're regular.
Yeah.
So I know it's real.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. And we've always just stayed real, bro. As real as we could.
Yeah. I know I talked about it when you walked in, not on air, or while we were recording, but you guys, during COVID, dude, you guys were partying in your backyard the whole COVID time, dude. I was so jealous. I was stuck in the house, dude. I was like, man. Yeah, no, that's cool, brother. Cool, man.
That's so what's next for you? Do you know, like, let's say 20, 30 years from now? I know it's a long, what at the end, what would you like to see that you've done at the end and say, hey, I'm proud that I built this? Or
like that I've stayed humble, that I've stayed and stuck to my path, my journey, that I've left somewhat of a positive impact and legacy. Of course, you know, we all want a bigger house or a better car, or, you know, but that's gonna come if you hustle. So I think the main thing is continuing to stay true, and just being a better man every single year I get older. You know, learning new things and trying to teach the other little homies, like, you don't need to go here, you can go here. You could do this, you don't have to do this. Like, how could I be an impact? How could I work maybe for my city, do more things for the city, more things for the youth, like, you know, travel. Like, I just want to just stay grounded, bro.
Where do you think that comes from? Like, why do you want to stay that way?
I think because I've seen there's been a lot of stories of people changing.
Okay.
You know, there's been a lot of people that have had it all and lost it. And when they lose it, they have nothing to show for it besides if their car gets repoed or their jewelry gets repoed or their house get, you know, foreclosed. Like, what other do you have besides the flash? Yeah. What do you have? When the jewelry's gone, you know, and you're just, do people still love you? Did you do something for that person that he'll never forget for the rest of his life? You know? Yeah. And that's what I've always built my whole brand off of, bro.
That's dope, brother.
Bro, that has to be the worst. I always think about that, too. That has to be the worst, too. I think it's even, you're better off if you never have it and you never get it than to you getting it and losing it, bro, because you never tasted it, right? So you don't know what it's like. But to actually go taste it and then be forced back to where you came from, bro, like, right? That has to be the worst, bro, and the worst thing possible. I don't know how, like, I don't know how I would ever be able to get, like, bounce back from that, bro.
Especially when you're in a higher echelon, like a Young Thug.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, you know, someone that's, bro, could, if he wanted to go have lunch in Paris tonight, he could jump on a private jet, go eat dinner, and then come back the next day.
Yep.
Crazy, dude.
Like that Henry Ruggs from the Raiders.
From the Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
You get a multi-million-dollar, you know, deal.
Now you're in
jail
for
10 years, right?
10 years.
You got 10 years, yeah. That's crazy.
Like, you just wash it away, you know? Yeah. That's what's scary, man. That's what I get scared of.
Yeah. What about, real quick, let's touch on the music industry again. We got, like, the top artists, our Latin artists right now, huh? Latin artists are booming right now, dude, right? Yeah. It's crazy. Bro. Got, what's the name? Bad Bunny, the number one. Was he number one on Spotify?
I think
or
everywhere right now.
What's his name? Peso.
Oh, Bess. Do you know his name?
Pluma or some along.
Dude,
There's top guys right
up,
now, bro.
Booming, huh? Yeah.
There was a sprinkle like that back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
With
Daddy
the Donald
Yankee,
Matters and the Yankees and the, and there was a little takeover,
Yeah.
But this is different, dog.
now.
This is, homie, like
That's
you're at
crazy,
Coachella
bro.
and they're playing, mariachi banda, Spanish music. The platform is like all the way there now. There's no more excuses.
Bro. That's crazy.
It's Latinos are in the building, bro. And they're not really going nowhere, dog. Like,
yeah. That's what's cool too. Is like you see so many other cultures like listening to the music, and they don't even speak Spanish. They don't even understand it. They're just like in the vibe, right?
They're like, homie, if there's 7 girls right here vibing to this, I'm gonna vibe right with them, bro.
Exactly.
We had Jay Valentino on.
A
while back.
The homie,
Yeah. We had him on, and he was like, dude, I never would imagine my set would be like, what do you say, like 80% Spanish? Or
yeah,
like
it's
that?
all
Like,
Spanish.
he's like, dude, it's all Spanish right now. He's like, it's crazy. It's crazy how it's
what a like time in the culture,
right. Yeah.
I mean, athletes and musicians and comedians and actors and models and it's showing that getting our place in the mainstream market.
I think it took a while, man. It took a while. If you really look at it, man, it took them a long time to get there. So I think they deserve everything that they get, man. Everything that they get, and the ones that paved the way, right? The ones that came through with little recognition and paved the way and went through all that, and now they're finally getting the recognition, for a lot of the music.
My next thing is, it's gonna get, it went all the way and crossed the bridge when a Mexican West Coast artist, rapper, really, really, really makes it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing really where he has collaborated with, say like a Kanye West or a
Drake,
Kendrick Lamar or a Drake, dog. There's still never been ever LA Mexican West Coast rapper to do it.
We gotta get you there,
there's been hints of stardom, and there's been a lot of people that have reached success but have not globally and nationally took over the market. Like a Kendrick Lamar of the West Coast but Mexican.
Yeah.
Will there ever be that?
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that's really missing in the culture.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because right now, could you name one?
Nope.
No,
seriously,
now
there's like I said, there's a lot of successful Mexican LA rappers in their world.
Yeah.
It's a crossover.
But can you name one?
Nope.
And I don't think I think that's a trip because there's so much talent.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Why do you think that is? So much. I cannot figure it out, bro. No.
Yeah, it's weird how it hasn't crossed over that. Yeah. That's and you would think that they would want the fan base on that side also, right? The crossover.
I just don't. There's gotta be something we don't know.
Yeah.
Because homie, there's a million talented, Mexicans from LA, dog, that could spit, that look dope, that got a following, but it stops at a certain place.
Absolutely.
Gotta get there.
Yeah. What about your clothing brand, man? How does that do? That does really well?
Good. Yeah. I started slinging tees in 2010 in the trunk at the tat shop, and now we got our own store. And during COVID, I took a few years off because I needed a break, dog. And I just relaunched it like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I want to pick up one of those hats, dude. I like the hat. Yeah.
Got you.
A badass name,
snapback.
Yeah.
All right.
Like that, Green bill, bottom.
Let's do it.
It's the OG one right there.
Yeah. Top of who came up with the logo? It looks like the food pyramid, right?
Yeah, so everyone wants to be here.
Yep.
Top, right?
Top.
There's different ways to get there. So there's the escalator, which is the easy route.
Line.
You might have your parents' money.
Yeah.
You might have a handout, but you're up here. Then you have homies that have to jump, climb, crawl, dig, have a homie boost them, and then they get here.
Gotcha.
So there's 2 different ways to get to the top, and you got to respect them both.
Yeah.
That's a badass. Yeah, I didn't even look at it like that. That's pretty dope.
It's dope.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why the pyramid is the way the pyramid is.
Let's plug all your businesses, man. Where can you get the weed, the hat, the Michi cup, tattooed, and the music?
So
Where we?
honestly, if I have all my stuff on my personal IG high_tone. From there in the bio, bro, you can see all the businesses. You know, LA Fruit Cart, Go Michiko, Top of the Food Chain, and High Tone Tattoos. So you go to one page, you'll find everything.
And everything. Perfect. You got anything else you want to touch on or drop?
Nah, man,
anything?
just I appreciate what you guys are doing, man. It's I don't matter how many interviews or podcasts I do, or how big I get, or how it's cool to always just meet new people. Yeah. Conversate with new people, and just it gives you a certain sense of different type of motivation. And I don't want to ever get too big to like meet new people and do new things.
That's dope.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. We really appreciate you coming in, man.
Sir.
I know you got like 1,000 different ventures going on. You making time with it for us.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
It was a good time, bro. And I can't wait to see who else you get and how far you guys get to this. If you need anything from me, let me know.
Thank you, brother. Hell, thank you, man. No, for sure. We'll definitely keep in touch, and we'll
go to that golf thing.
Yeah. We gotta hit that golf thing together, bro, for sure.
We're gonna go, brother.
And then I gotta get some ink from you, brother. I gotta figure it out.
Let me book. You guys got some nice work, bro.
Yeah,
I could just tell.
Let's do it, dude.
The left arms are looking nice over here.
I need to get some. But appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Brother. Wish you best of luck.
For sure.
Hey, Holmes, go download it, check it out, stream it.
Hell yeah.
Good stuff. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.